Where's my beat?
Hey, everybody.
Where's Josh and Guillermo?
Josh is next door.
Okay.
Did it say Josh? Oh no. I feel like I should play a whole new intro.
I feel slighted.
I didn't change the intro. I downloaded your intro.
I feel downgraded. Who is this Sheila?
This person.
Who is
I was expecting the CEO, and this person came on.
I command executive.
Oh my gosh, I feel like I should play a whole new intro. You have an intro that has your name on it. I swear.
Yeah, it's fine. We're past that.
We're past that.
We'll just hold up signs with my name on it, like a hostage video.
I'll like cut it off for the replays, but some of them are instant replays. Oh no, I feel like, oh no, I ruined this. This is the problem when you live in AI world of creating bots all day. You don't think of like the really minute task of like, let me go switch the intro, because it's just slow button.
I still don't know what you do. And so I like default to she's an arms dealer. You know?
Naturally, it's a good default. Yeah. Most would say CIA, but you know, I like it.
Just funding wars abroad on both sides.
Oh God. Anyway, hi everyone. Welcome to Win Newsletter, our weekly podcast that continues to make fun of our coworker who never sent out a newsletter. So we started a podcast to tell you about all the things that are releasing for New Stuff Friday. One of them being the exclusive drop of the premiere drop, not on any other platforms besides Stuff.io and Book.io as of tomorrow, is the Rush's Mixtape by the one and only Tony Azzi. Dun, 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 dun. Welcome,
Hello.
Tony. All the way from. Tell us where you're joining us from. I kind of put it on some teasers.
I am across an ocean. I am in Valencia, España. There's nothing more insufferable than learning Spanish here and then going back to the US and being like, I'm sorry, did you say Barcelona?
Yeah, Barcelona and Valencia.
Gracias. We live here and it's wonderful, and it's past 11 o'clock right now. So the Spanish are making their way out to dinner.
Yes, exactly.
You know?
I was the idiot American who's like, is 11 o'clock too late for you? And he's like, that's dinner time.
Yeah. But you've been here, you know. You found out that
it's amazing.
You walk into a Taco Bell at 6:30.
Yeah. And
no one's there. Actually, no one's in a Taco Bell.
I was gonna say I didn't see it.
No disrespect to Taco Bell. I would murder their tacos at 3 a.m.
I know. I am adjusting to, so now I've tricked TikTok. Oh no, I probably said that out loud. Now TikTok's going to kick me off. I tricked TikTok Live into not needing 10,000 followers in order for me to use TikTok Studio. But it makes some reason it zooms in on my face. So sorry, my face is 8 times Tony's face.
This is your close up. This is your.
It is. For those of you who have met me, don't think Tony is 8 times smaller than me. We are. I promise. We are.
In character only.
Yes. In true character only.
In character.
Oh man. Speaking of character, I was going to pull something up, but I will do it now. All right. So besides the fact that we could just have our own pod, which we probably should. We should probably just start our own Across the Ocean podcast and talk about degenerate things.
We've had some unacceptable conversations in the past. Okay, how long have we known each other for?
I was trying to figure that out.
We've had unacceptable discussions about a lot of unacceptable topics, And I feel
Oh,
like and you were like, hey, do you want to do this podcast? And I was like, yeah. But then I
yeah.
was like, damn, I got to be professional with Sheila. And I've never
Yeah.
gone
Yeah.
like maybe a paragraph in text with Sheila without dropping something outlandish. And I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
this is gonna be so hard. So I am doing my best today. I'm
That,
doing my best.
which is all we can try. Um, yeah, I was trying to think of that too, of when Evan introduced us. So Tony and I were the people who knew. I kind of bring it up a lot. That I used to live in Qatar. So Tony was one of my original friends out there, and then met his lovely wife, and did business with her in the author world. But yeah, Tony and I, as he will interject into most of Gina and I's conversations, we were friends first. So uh you know
I
uh,
was
Gina,
supplanted by my wife.
yes, she often tries to claim that we are friends, and he's like, Gina, Sheila and I were friends first. Like,
That's right. That's
what are you,
right.
what are you talking about?
Sheila and I spent more than what we earned on expensive cocktails in fancy hotels
Yes,
in Qatar, in
yes,
Doha.
yeah,
Yes. We did
yeah.
that long before you did, Gina. We went into
Long
debt trying to live a life that we couldn't sustain long before you did.
$30 mimosas. Sure. Sounds
Right.
great. Because we're fancy. We're fancy.
Because
That's what we do. But yeah, so Tony is releasing his first book tomorrow on stuff.io and book.io. So I thought this was a great opportunity for him to come on and show the world who Tony Azzi is, instead of just being Gina Azzi's husband. As I was going to say, you actually have been on book.io already. It just,
we don't need to dig up the past.
I mean,
Let's leave it there.
There's a, even though, I mean, I think that's based on you. Let me put this on screen. There you go. Oh wait, here we go. That was a girl. There we go. There's a little Tony Azzi.
I don't know how to feel about this. The fact that like I need to Photoshop myself.
I think most of that category was you. There's a whole category called the Playboy that is based off of Tony.
Dude, this guy's got a 12-pack.
I know. That's the beauty of AI. You got to get up and eat donuts that morning and still have a 12-pack.
You know what? This takes away from the hard work and dedication that I put in to make that happen. Okay. Gina was like, so I'm messing with Gina one day and I was like, hey, Gina, why don't you put me in one of these fucking things of yours? And because like every month I would have one of her new covers delivered to the house, but like 300 copies of them, and it was just this like half naked dude just staring at me, on the cover, and I'm like, damn, this is my wife works with all day, right? So I'm like, I've been reduced, so I'm like, you know what? Put me on your covers, and she's like, you're on. She's like, go get a 6-pack. So I was fucking doing 2 a days. I was eating like half a carrot and 3 peas a day. You know what I mean? Just like blended with my chicken breast. And I got in the best shape of my life. The best shape. Oh, I was killing it. And then we show up to the photo shoot. And how old was I? I was like in my mid-30s at the time. Starving, in a shitty mood. Right? I'm like
still on the Peloton during the photo shoot.
I brought my own dumbbells to the shoot. Okay. Because I'm like, I gotta look swole. I gotta look swole for the fucking thing when it's time to go, where they take pictures of you. And then like the photographer's in your face, and she's like, no, I want you to just give me that brooding like. And I was like, I look like seriously like a cross between Borat and like what's his name? Joaquin Phoenix is the Joker, or Heath Ledger's the Joker. I was like, so anyway, I still remember like these dudes walked in like with a donut. They were like early 20s, the other models. I'm dying, right? So they walk in with a donut, and they do their thing. I do my thing. I'm starving. That day I had a donut, and then I had a burger at night. I had a pizza, and then I had like bacon in the morning, and like it was like the scene from Nutty Professor, where it's just like bumps, like I felt it everywhere, and I went back to my factory settings literally in 24 hours.
Yeah, fair.
But I did it. I'm proud of it, and then AI comes along and enhances it. So,
and you didn't even have to get out of bed that day that we made those, you know.
Right. Yeah. If only I knew.
Right. You know.
If only I knew.
Here we can bring up the actual I found it. Here you go. This is the actual picture that Tony starved himself for. Bam.
Right? How much work went into that? Pelotons? How much Jess Sims 45-minute Peloton class I had to do?
Yes.
We became best friends after that, her and I. I like followed her on Instagram after that. I was like checking in on her dogs. You know?
Like, I've seen you every day working out.
Right?
Yeah. So I've known you as a lawyer and a major real estate owner, but all along you've been writing stories, mainly in your head, and then you would usually tell them to us after, many cocktails. So you were always a great storyteller. But when did it start getting on paper that we were able to share your stories across this world?
Oh no. No, it was a while back. It was like, not even. It was like 20 years. No. Okay. So I got to go back for a minute. All right. So we would go out, my friends and I, and this was like the dawn of the age of social media. Right? Like, gather ye children. Let me tell you about the MySpace. So we go out and commit like hedonistic displays of like poor judgment, right?
Sure.
And then like one of us would have to recount the story. So I would just like send an email, right? Like I would just like
great service.
When the email would connect, and then like the guys started waiting for my wrap-up emails for like the weekend. Like I'd send them on Sunday, and they were embellished, right? They were a little, but there's no way I could share those emails. I really hope that like whatever email I was using at AOL or whatever, I really hope that like their whole data center just fried and like they've lost those emails forever. So that's when it really started. Like there were like episodic stories, and then but I always grew up, like moved to Canada when I was 8, and learned English really watching SNL and reading like Marvel comics. So I was like really enamored with comedy, with sketch comedy, and with urban fantasy, adventure. So and at the time, like reading those comics, it was literally like reading prose, right? Like it's really well written. So that really had an impact on me. And then I kind of, went to law school, and I would still send those emails. And it wasn't until, funny enough, I never thought I would write a book. Never. But 2012 or 13, Gina and I decided, my wife and I decided, instead of buying Christmas presents for each other, we're going to make something for each other. So I decided to write a story where Gina is the main character in this action adventure fantasy kind of comedy world. And then I just started to expand on that world bit by bit. And then when my kids were born, I took that character that Gina was supposed to be the main character, and I would like tell stories, bedtime stories to my kids. And I just continued to expand that world. And then I wrote 3 books in that world. And all my characters are Lebanese originally, because I'm Lebanese, right? We don't have a lot of wins in Lebanon. We gotta invent them. So I invented this character. And then I noticed that like there is a disparity between guys who read and girls who read, or guys who don't read, basically.
Yeah.
I think it's 3 to 1 when they did the study. Yeah, like for every 3 women under 35 who read, 1 reads. And a lot of these books Popular books, a lot of them are, I mean, if you look at like what are the most popular books of the last 5 to 7 years, you got the one with the dragon. I'm blanking on the name.
Fourth Wing.
Fourth Wing. Yeah. So you got the Fourth Wing and like
Lots of dragons, not just one.
yeah, whatever, man. I was mispronouncing the guy's name the whole time. I was like, what was I calling him?
You're calling Xaden something.
Exadin. I was calling him Exadin. I was like, what the fuck is Exadin? Anyway, so anyway, yeah. But I mean, like, I didn't meet a single guy who read that book, or if they did, I didn't meet a single guy who enjoyed it. Yeah. So I just thought, like, man, this is really like unfortunate. A lot of these dudes should be reading, but we're not writing for them. So I did a little test. I told my friends, like my 2 degenerate best friends who don't read, okay? And I was like, listen, guys, I'm going to write like 1,500 words. It's going to be a sketch. It's going to be about this guy who's Lebanese, who has powers. He's a degenerate, okay? Like you. He's a degenerate, and he's an asshole, and he's an undeserving hero. He's an anti-hero. Let me know how it goes, right? Let me know if it holds your attention. Like the whole goal is for it to hold your attention. Right. And they read it, and they're like, dude, this is funny, right? Like, send more. And so every week I would send another, and it just started really just writing it for 2 people. This is how the rushes came about, writing it for 2 people. And it was inspired from the 3-book world that I wrote, Heirs of No Empire. And then, you know, and then next thing you know, they're like, dude, throw it on Substack, because I know some other guys want to read it and whatever. And instead of mailing it out, like literally going old school email, like see attached. Right. And like, oh, it's not opening. It says it's corrupt. Why do I get it over the file?
Just paste it into the message for you.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, don't worry, I'll just put it in the message. But like the italics got lost when I paste it in the message. So now the emphasis is the emphasis on the word, you know? So I was like, all right, whatever, put it on Substack. And then I put it on Substack, and I got like more and more people following. And then I was like, oh shit. I was like, well, this has been a lot of fun. But part of it was when I was just writing to my 2 friends, like I always had to remind myself that like you're writing for your 2 friends, right? Because like once you start getting more eyes on it, you're like, damn, I can't really say this joke. This is a little too inappropriate. Right. You think somebody might like come at me for this, but I was like, ah, fuck it. Just write for your 2 friends.
Stay the pace.
Yeah, I was like, it's not even doubling down. It's just literally just write for those 2 guys.
Yeah.
And if they found it funny, maybe others will. And that's how it happened. It's literally that's the whole story of it. It's about a guy named Shadi who he comes from, his family lineage has something called the elixir, and it's this thing that gives them power, and it's from another world, and it's skipped a bunch of generations, and it ends up with him. He dropped out of law school. He lives in his parents' basement, mooches off his older brother when he can, like goes to strip clubs, gets kicked out because he's paying with someone else's card. Zhang Wang, that's the guy's name. Asian successful small business owner Zhang Wang, and and you know, he gets booted out, and then he realizes, holy shit, this bouncer can't throw me out. How am I so strong? And then it's just like it, and, you know, he's got a love interest, and she's there to save him all the time, but she also can't stand him. And his brother's always there to swoop in to save him. He's got a couple other guys in his posse, and they just get into adventures, whether he's like politely asking a hooker to jump out of his car, or right, because he doesn't want to be seen with her when his love interest Hannah shows up, to like, I don't know, like selling fake purses to make some money to like the Nigerians in Brooklyn. And it really, a lot of it draws on like me being an immigrant kid. And like messing around with my immigrant friends, right? Like a lot of these people, like the Nigerians and the Lebanese, like like nobody gets it worse than the Lebanese in this in the rushes, and it's just fun, you know. You just you get to just write, and a lot of it is just some fun humor. There's some historical references in there, some social political references in there as well. But you know, you never want, like, the one thing I don't believe in is, this is really big. Like I really do enjoy comedy, but I never believe in punching down, right? In comedy, or just like being like cheap comedy. like, my wife will tell you I'm super thick skinned. If someone doesn't like it, someone's like, I think this was terrible. How dare you say this or say that? I'd be like, whatever, man, just fucking deal with it.
Yeah.
But if someone said, hey, dude, that was hurtful, you know what I mean? And I sat and I thought about it, and I'd be like, yeah, I would feel terrible if that was the case, right? So I try not to punch down ever at anyone, and sometimes I'll go back and edit and be like, nah, that was mean, right? Let's just take that out. Tony, you were in a dark place.
Yeah, what was going on in that day? Yeah.
But like, it's honestly, it's just I put this guy in different scenarios. Like, the plot moves bit by bit, but it's very episodic. You don't have to, like, you can start with the 20-second, we call them tracks, but like the 20-second episode, and jump back to the third, go to the fifth, and it's just meant to be consumed in bite sizes, right? And like, whether Shadi, this Lebanese guy's trying to join a right-wing militia, a right-wing like white nationalist militia because they have great dental benefits, you know what I mean? He's like, well, have you seen the jobs report? You know what I mean? And then his brother is like, have you thought this through, you idiot? You're Lebanese. Do you think they'll let you join? Or or he's, I don't know, like, hired by the CIA to assassinate a South American crime family, which turns out to be asylum seekers from that other world. And he's like, but the pay is good, so you just try to put him put him in, questionable scenarios of questionable moral or dubious moral,
right,
to commit dubious moral choices.
Yeah, I'm on the second book. I'm in the middle of your second book for Heirs of Empire. So that makes sense that Shadi has the elixir. I'm like, oh, makes sense now. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Which we will get Tony's trilogy on here as well. But we thought
let's get some water real quick. Sorry, I should.
You're good. It's a whole world of this fantasy world building. And so when I was talking to him about the rushes, he was like, well, it actually like is the same world as what you're reading. And I was like, oh, I had no idea this was like still all the same world, but not, this makes so much more sense. And it's it's the same kind of rules as a comedian on stage. It's just like, nobody is safe. Like you make fun of all the things, all the people being, one of those immigrant kids growing up in Canada and Lebanon and a little bit in the United States when you came to college here. And it's just like, you've heard all the jokes, you've lived all the jokes, and it's like, yeah, that's life. That is what's going on.
Yeah, and I try to like bring that into the books too, because like, you know what? If like, I tell Gina all the time, I'm like, if someone hits me with like a very poignant Lebanese joke, you know what I mean? I'd be like, I'm not even offended. Like, that's not racist. I'm not, there's a difference between like a cheap race joke, right, that plays on tired stereotypes, like, oh, where'd you park your camel? I'm like, it's not it. Versus someone who's like, well, I don't know, I'd ask you to go into business with me, but seeing as your people run a 37% deficit, I question your resource management skills, right? And I'd be like,
we're like, well researched.
Thanks, sir.
Yeah.
Can't be mad at that.
Right.
It's actually true.
Right.
Terrible. Give me some money and I'll just. But senior frogs.
Right. With that senior frog, I'll see you there. and that's kind of what you get throughout these books too. It's like, oh, I'm lost in this whole other world. That's this whole other, universe and world building, and the whole, there's a difference between Earth and we're in Unitas, and it's like, but there's the same way as Fourth Wing and all your dragon books that you're referring to. Like, there is like political, intertwines if you really want to read into it that way. It's like a lot of fantasy and sci-fi even is written like that, where there is kind of the points and the pungent political tirades out there of like, well, let's see if we can get our point across this way, but it's entertaining, right? So it's totally loud because it's a book, it's allowed. So it's just interesting the way that people can get their points across, and it's like, oh, I just read 200 pages of that and I didn't even realize you were referring to a certain war that was 60 years ago. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it's actually really okay. So the one thing that always bothered me when I would read these, not necessarily, read too, whether you're talking about Chronicles of Narnia, right? C.S. Lewis, and I know there's a different slant there, but or Lord of the Rings, for example. It's you got this average person doing their thing in this almost like utopian society. Something bad happens, it upends their world, and then they have to go on this hero's journey, and then ultimately they fight the bad guys and they win, and then life goes back to this utopian society.
Mm-hmm.
And this is usually told from the perspective of Western writers, authors, artists, right? Because you go somewhere, whether you occupy, not declare war, whatever it is, right? And then when you feel like the bad guy's been eliminated, you're free to leave, right? What happens to the mess? And that's something I always thought about, is like, in these movies, these people clearly, these authors clearly have never experienced war. Mm-hmm. Because had they experienced war, they would know that even if there is a victor, even if the good guys win, war changes people. What do you do with the people you were fighting, right? What do you do with the cab driver who drove the evil general around? Mm-hmm. What do we do with him, right? Like, what do we do with the cook? What do we do with the soldiers? But there's okay. Do you exterminate them all? Right. Do you commit a genocide, or do you coexist with them, but you're forever suspicious of them? How do you heal? How do you? So there's no such. It doesn't work that way. Right. We lived it, right? So I really wanted to highlight that like, one, what happens like the morning after. Two, the ambiguity of war, the moral ambiguity of war. Like, nobody in the history, and I love history of warfare, said, I'm picking up this rifle or this sword, and I am going to fight in the name of evil. Mm-hmm. Right? Everybody thinks they're fighting for their cause is righteous. Right. So, when I put these characters, an example, in Heirs of No Empire, and even in the Rushes, like, I'm always very careful to say that, like, hey man, we're the good guys here. Those guys are not the good guys, right? Yeah. Like, no. And then
you do point that out a lot. Now that I think about it, yeah, you do point. Yeah, that out.
And then you, as the reader, you're reading, you're like, no, you guys are assholes. Like, you guys you've done so many bad things. But then they'll say, yeah, but look how bad it was before we came along. Yeah, you had some freedoms, whatever. But look at that, people were hungry on the streets. So how good where do you think revolutions come from? You think we came out of a vacuum? Right? No, people wanted us there because there was discontent. So I always wanted to show that, like, one, these evil regimes don't prop up because of the mastermind of one person, right? Like, no one, like, it's a counter movement to something, maybe to an overreach, maybe to arrogance, whatever it is, right? And then you look at his examples, probably the most prominent being the fall of the Weimar Republic, and that was the precursor to Nazi Germany, right? Where did these people come from? Where did these Nazis come from? They did awful things, but there was the support of the people. And who were these people? Were they people who decided one day we're going to wake up and be evil, or did they think they were doing something righteous? History now judges them as people who did something evil. But then where do you draw the line? Right? The cook, again, the driver. What do you do? Do you really just like draw like an iron curtain descends and you just do this? Okay, you're all, that's it, all of you. Anyone who is remotely associated, you're all done. Right? Like, how do you move on from that? How do you heal from that? And then you have questions of like cultural, national identity and whatever. So that's in Heirs of No Empire, and I try to bring it into the Rushes as well, where I, like, for example, when Shadi goes and joins the right wing like militia group, and they're talking about how they're scared of how their way of life is being like it's threatened, right? These militia granny, and Shadi's like, what are you talking about, man? Like,
Yeah. What?
like these people are scared of you, and you're scared of them, and you're scared of each other. So yeah, but I try to do it in like a funny kind of comedic slant with some, off the cuff, oftentimes like in a culturally sensitive comments being thrown around. But yeah, ultimately that's, like that's really a lot of it is, commentary, like cultural and political commentary.
Yeah.
A lot of it is just funny.
Yeah, it is. And the Rushes are a little bit older. Like Heirs of No Empire are kind of high school-y students, junior, like young high schoolers.
Yeah.
Where the Rushes are kind of in their 20s, right? So it's neat to see the differences of the same world and the same experiences, but then through different generations, basically, of like how people deal with it differently.
Yeah, and like no spoilers, but the last track of the first mixtape I called it the mixtape because that's what it feels like. It felt like a mixtape, like it's because I started writing it for my friends. Like it wasn't this like major production. It's like, hey man, listen to my mixtape,
Right.
So yeah, the last episode, he actually like Shadi and his crew meet Ada and her crew, and it's just like coming together and like. Yeah, but I can't. Shadi's like, aren't you kids out past your bedtime? Like, what are you people doing? Like to Ada,
and they're like, we just saved the whole world. Leave us alone.
Like, what are you doing? You fucking useless degenerate. I have so many terrible names for Shadi. I don't know if I'm allowed to say them on this podcast, but he gets called just the worst things.
Right. So, because that's kind of the world that he's in. He's in that like spoiled way of not caring about anything and getting away with most stuff is kind of
yes.
He
does not care about anyone but himself.
Right.
You don't want to be his friend, but you feel compelled to. Like, we all have that friend who we're like, dude, why am I your friend? Like, you always find yourself in some shit.
Right.
But for some reason, I like, you are a child and I need to help you. And like that one friend, you're like, you have so much potential. Yeah. Just could you not make your life like just whatever it is you're thinking, do the opposite.
Right.
So that's him basically. Yeah.
I love it. That's funny. Okay, so what's the plan for next? So this is book 4, technically, that you've actually put together in a proper publishing world. We are the only ones that are going to have the Rushes for a little bit here. Heirs of Empire are available on other platforms as far as ebooks. You haven't done audiobooks yet, right?
Yeah, no, I got the thing. Okay. I got the ebooks and the paperbacks.
Yeah. But yeah, we're the first ones to have the Rushes. So this is a stuff.io, book.io exclusive. And then we will get the trilogy up here, so you can kind of get the whole backstory and the whole other world and the whole other generations that are going on. It's fantastic trilogy. It's what I read going to bed every night, literally. So what's next? I mean, it's a trilogy, so there's not book 4, but is there other stuff coming out from this world, or are we pivoting?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So listen, there's other stuff coming out from this world because I lack the imagination to create another world. Okay. I don't know who
created a whole world. Can we just live in this world?
Who are these fucking like authors who could be like, I just finished my like 4-book series and now I'm just gonna go create a whole new magic system. I'm like, I don't have the mental competence for that, right? I'm just like, I'll give you one lifetime, one. That's all I got.
My one world. Yeah.
Okay. What's his name? Yeah. So I'm like George Lucas. Yeah. Yeah. I'll give you one. That's it. That's all I got. So yeah, no. I am really, really enjoying the Rushes, writing the Rushes. It's been so much fun. Mainly because I still treat it like a mixtape for 2 friends.
Yeah.
And there's no pressure. Every week I drop an episode, right? I send it out, and that's it. Really, it's been so much fun. And because it's not written in that chronological, like coherent book format, right? Like if there's something happening this week, I'll be like, how do I incorporate this into, like I've been able to incorporate so many current events into various episodes, but you never want to make it on the nose, right? So like I had Shadi going to Davos.
Nice.
Because there was,
I'm glad he cares about the world.
there was, someone from Imperias, that other world, who is trying to track his signals and whatever. And I'm like, let's just go to Davos. Let's see what happens if you put him in a room with like the German delegate, the American or the British delegate, and the Canadian delegate and the French delegate. What's the worst?
Yeah.
And debauchery ensues. So yeah, it's a lot of fun to do it that way. I think for the foreseeable future, I'll keep doing the rushes. I've written a couple of screenplays as well. I'll kind of put those, or I'll keep doing those, but at my own pace. But we're gonna do the rushes, and I think we're probably gonna go into the Spanish market.
Okay.
Just speaking to some translators now, seeing what we can do. And I probably should do more market research before doing that, but I'm just like, I feel good about it. Just, maybe there's a Spanish guy in like Galicia or Andalusia that wants to read it. Sure, we'll give it to you in Spanish.
Why not? Yeah. We have Spanish readers. Well, we'll take Spanish edition.
Nice. Are they like Latin American, or
all
Spanish?
Over? Like we have mainly. I mean, it's a mixture. I could probably pull up our demographics, but we're very strong in Europe. So there is actually España, but then we're Dallas, so we grab a lot of Mexico and Latin America as well. But yeah, we've done plenty of Spanish editions of stuff. We even the movie that came out last week had a whole Spanish edition of it. So.
Oh, sick. Yeah, actually, you said what's next, and we're exploring micro dramas now.
Nice.
I think it would be like perfect. There's like 1 minute micro dramas for the rushes. So speaking to a few platforms, seeing what we can do. But I'm actually like, I don't even care about monetizing. I just want to see what it would look like. Like I just want to know what micro drama would look like with this. You know what I mean?
I mean, they're written pretty perfectly for that. Because when you described it to me, I was like, that's actually a really good description of like, I wrote it for guys who didn't read, and you're like, I bet you I can make you read, but you're gonna make it into, links that they could just take it for when they went to the bathroom, and it's meant for like one episode, a bathroom break, and I was like, that's
right,
perfect.
Yeah. Like that's pretty much, that's my boys tell me like that's when they read it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And I was like, dude, I've stopped taking my phone. I have read to the bathroom now, and I've read the back of so many soap bottles, Tetra formexahide, and whatever.
You're learning chemistry. It's fine.
I'm like, damn, let me just bring my phone back in.
It's too much here. But no, I think microdramas would work perfect, and that'd be a very fun market experiment because they're huge. They're huge in the romance world, so they'd be huge for your wife. But yeah, I think for this situation where it's like bring it into like the guy reading world, which I think like freaking micro dramas would be perfect, for the 60 seconds that they go. That's, I don't know. Right. I like it. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think I just wouldn't want them. I wouldn't want it to lose its soul. You know what I mean? That's the only thing. Look, that's the only thing I'm really worried about is like, because it's easy to do an episode of the rushes and then just pull out a lot of the one-liners, like the zingers, right? And lose a little bit of like the subcontext.
Yeah.
A little bit. So I always wonder, like, will a micro drama do that? Will they just pull out a lot of the zingers and then lose the essence, like the subcontext, the cultural, political, social, underlying implied messaging there?
Right.
So,
right.
I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. Maybe they need to be longer than 60 seconds, but still, like a little short drama thing, I think would hit well.
And that's what I tell my anyone who wants to read is I just need 60 seconds to satisfy you. Just to please you. Just give me 60 seconds.
Just a couple of words. Just a couple of words.
Just the opening. Just the tip. Opening paragraph.
Yeah, just.
Are we allowed to curse on here, or is this like a PG?
I mean, you have been. So, I mean, yeah, it's just all on social media. We're on 10 of our social media accounts.
Oh, all 10?
All 10.
Thanks. I thought it was just a conversation with me and you. And like,
yeah, it's totally recorded. Nobody's watching.
It's okay. It's the internet. What are the chances?
The internet.
Yeah.
Everybody else does it. It's fine. Yeah, but no, that's also what people are looking for is authenticity and honesty. So you gave it to them. So.
Look. Oh, thanks. Yeah. Well, that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Totally. Let's get into the details of. Let me pull up image here. But we've got for $5.99. We've got 300 volume for you. There are 22 different covers and one one-on-one. Only one rare one, everyone. So let me pull up. I actually made a whole little fun grid. Heavens forbid if I put it up ahead of time. I was talking to my robot ahead of time. I didn't have time. But Tony covers. Here we go. So we got Billy on the.
Yeah, Billy's a genius. Billy on the ones and twos, killing it.
Billy on the ones and twos, making some mixtapes for.
Yeah, seriously, that's what it felt like. And then I love the covers. I mean, look, it's going to be a lot more prominent than whatever that book behind you is. The Great Gas. Never heard of it. Irrelevant.
What are these classics? What's that word even mean?
Go read the Rushes, people.
Go read the Rushes instead. But yeah, here are all of your 22 covers made by the great Billy himself. So yeah, it is. I mean, you can kind of get the feel of it. It's just a degenerate in a whole other world living life that kind of parallels a little bit to ours, and some ridiculous fun stories. And there's for $5.99, everyone. There's 300 copies possible. This is the only place to get it. It does not exist anywhere else, any other platforms. And we have dope covers. So, and I think this one is the one-on-one. The bottom one here is the rare one. Whoever gets 0,
the one where your cursor is?
Yeah, I think that's 000.
The fact that like a mixtape cassette is the cover of a book.
Yeah.
It's so fucking dope.
Yeah.
I
mean, it just kind of loops in all the irony themes, right? It's like you got enough irony going on throughout the book and the storyline that it's like, you know what? Might as well throw in a nice little cassette tape and see how many people out there go, what's that?
Right. Peter Pan. Sounds like an Irish flute player.
Yeah. Like Wizard of Oz. Who watches it? Come on. What is that? The origin of the species is the other one. Yeah.
The origin. Never heard of it. Must be irrelevant. Wizard of Oz. Yeah.
Darwin. Clearly. All made up.
Yeah. So
it was funny. Somebody saw these behind me in one of our podcasts, and they're like, well, yeah, like, what kind of banned books do you have? And I was like, literally the origin of the species. It has the seal that says the banned books.
I just realized something, that like the Rushes is definitely bannable.
Definitely bannable. Definitely. If you guys like that kind of content, check out the Rushes. It's definitely bannable.
It's indictable. Is what it is.
It's indictable.
It's beyond bannable.
Yes.
Like, it is grounds for a few federal felonies. Yeah, no, it's
You hope it's not somebody's actual biography, but you know, it probably is.
I feel like that's how you know you made it, when they banned your book.
Well, I mean, that's what people say.
Yeah. So whoever's out there banning books in a high tower, please ban my book.
Please consider the rushes for
Make
your
me
next ban.
relevant.
And they're still allowed to be on book.io. We love our banned book series. We're happy to slap a seal on it and say, this is how the author wanted it read. So
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, man.
This is how it. Yeah.
Yeah, I love these covers though. They're so fucking sick.
They are so cool.
Yeah.
And very apparent. I mean, it just goes with the story so well. So.
Right, just like chaos. Well, actually, the rushes is first time I heard it, and I was like, "Oh, that sounds funny." The rushes, and then I looked into the word. The rushes is the term they used before digital filming of movies.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, right? Yeah. Oh, okay, so you know this, right? Yeah. So you review the rushes, basically like the raw, unedited footage, and I was like, "That's what this is, just raw, unedited." Well, it is edited. So there's my first drafts contain a shit ton of grammatical errors and typos.
Fair.
But yeah, it's like it's unfiltered, right? It's it hasn't been industrified.
I totally appreciate the name so much more. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's kind of the origin of the rushes. And now in this season, with the second mixtape, he's in MPRS, which is a lot of fun. Like he's in this other world. Because you can create scenarios, political and social scenarios that are similar to what we see on Earth, but they don't have to be, you know, the crisis in the Middle East or the closing of the Strait of Hormuz,
right,
or the migrant crisis. They can be something in that world, and you can kind of play around with the details a little bit to fit it into whatever narrative. But ultimately, you know, the idea is like, whether it's here or there, people are tribalistic. People are moved. People confuse domination with survival, right? And survival with domination. So yeah, it gets a lot of fun. You get to create these scenarios and put them in these scenarios, and you know, have him potentially knock up the daughter of a tribal chief that he has to now he's forced to marry, maybe or maybe not. So yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. But like, that's the thing. Like, you go like if you watch Star Trek, right? Like, isn't there a part of you watching Star Trek where you're like, well, what if Geordi LaForge just like hooked up with this random alien woman and now like has a random alien baby? But what if Geordi LaForge was an asshole and was like, not raising the baby? And what if the alien woman dies on him unexpected, like some gruesome death, and he's like, shit, now I got to take this baby wherever I go on my adventures, right?
This is how a sci-fi author's like brain works, is exactly what you just said. Yeah, because my brain wouldn't have done that. I've been like, oh,
right. And then Shaddy's, you know, Hannah, the girl that he really likes, who will never give him a shot, is like, shit, I got to help you raise this baby now, even though I hate you. You know? Yeah. So now we just like raise this baby and occasionally like stop Shaddy from like, you know, hey, do we give this baby a martini, stop drinking, or stop crying, or what do we do here? Right. So yeah, that's where the mind goes. But I really do enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. And it's a lot of fun to write about a character with little to no redeeming qualities. All right,
I mean, I think that should be like the tagline on the book: little to no redeeming qualities. The rushes.
Yeah.
I love it. All right. Well, everybody go grab Tony's book. It goes live at 6 a.m. Dallas time, Central Time, only time zone that matters. If you are in Tony's time zone, you are 7 hours ahead of us. So you can buy this book starting at 1 p.m. Valencia time tomorrow. But yes, so 7 p.m. New York time. Which is also what we're right at 11 a.m. for UTC. So that was a whole bunch of math in my head just now.
You lost me.
Good times. Cool. But also look for it in the newsletter and on New Stuff Friday. It is the featured ebook of this week. So for $5.99, grab Tony's book. Only place you can get it is on stuff.io and book.io. And we've got 2 other music releases tomorrow. So Tony, if you want to stay on and kind of guest host with us, because Mansky went to Wisconsin, so all I got is this pillow to show Mansky's. I could pretend to, but you're much more fun to co-host with than a pillow.
I could have a pillow for my ab AI ab.
You should.
I'm sending you my address in the chat. Please, nothing would upset my 10-year-old daughter more than her and her friends coming over to find a pillow of me in a 12-pack.
We'll send you the link of where we can make the Playboy's Reward pillow.
I will overpay
that can be
for
done.
This. I will pay an irresponsible amount of money to like get it across the ocean and pay tariffs. Tariffs.
Yeah. For your own abs. For your own abs to be on a pillow. just for Ava to walk in and be like, Dad.
Dad, my friends are coming. I am sorry. I am sorry for him about this.
For your friends. I am so sorry.
I really have this is fun. I can do this. I'll stay on. I'll co-host.
I know. Cool.
What are we doing later?
Yeah, exactly.
What do we
do?
Do this tomorrow? All week? What are you guys doing?
Like, I could do this every day. I keep telling people, it's like, do you want me to like have a sports podcast? Because I will. And then I just wind up talking about like the Olympics and World Cup on this one. And people are like, we thought we were hearing about books. And I'm like, oh, whoops, sorry.
Hey, your boy is on some serious like women's college basketball shit.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's starting in a couple of minutes here. We got women's and men's. We got the Final Four this weekend.
UConn is up at 1 a.m. my time on Saturday. So I don't know what that is your time. But Ava, my daughter, she's being recruited by or being scouted by a lot of the academies now.
Nice.
And it's like a pipeline to the US or whatever.
Yeah.
And we stay up and we watch UConn, or sometimes the afternoon games in the US. Yeah, we get to watch those. And
normal time.
Yeah, watching a lot of women's college ball these days. And those girls can hoop.
They can. The winning point by Duke and all the craziness of last weekend.
Yeah. AZ Fudd.
Yeah.
For UConn, she's a hooper. Her first name is the same as my last name.
Yep, exactly. So, what's funny is she's on a bunch of commercials here. And so they'll sit there and there's one commercial where they say her name like 18 times in the commercial. And the whole time I'm like, it's Azzi. You say her name wrong.
Right? It is.
I mean, I'm sure that's the way she says her first name. But knowing you and Gina for 15 years now, I'm like, it's Azzi.
I don't know how to say my name in English because I think my parents just came over and were like, I don't know, just
that works.
Easy. I just write it.
Right.
Yeah,
and they're like, yes.
The Arabic is similar, but it's always funny when I was in the Gulf too, right? Because I you're like meeting, remember the Gulf, like you'd meet people for work and there'd be like one, are we still live or are we just like that?
Yeah,
okay, cool. You'd meet like a group, like a couple of white people and a couple of Arabs, right? In a professional setting. And I'm like, damn, am I going with like last name in my Arabic accent or last name? And then I'm like, you try to size up who's more important, right? Like, who am I appealing to more here?
I would always do it with my first name because you would have the same the way of like, because when they look at my name, so not across all the world, but definitely in Qatar, what they called the head covering there was a Shayla. And so that's how they would say my name. So every single person would say Shayla. So I was like, do you want to offend them? Do you just go with like, yep, my name is Shayla. You said it perfect, or is that how I introduce myself? So I get it. If you're going to be like, am I going to do Azzi as like somebody from Oklahoma who says Azzi, or are you going to be a cool basketball player who says Azzi? Yeah, I get it.
I like that you were Shayla, the blue-eyed, blonde hair chick pounding back martinis at the Four Seasons bar.
Driving a Dodge Ram, listening to country music.
And I'll be like, but I am pious.
Yeah.
Behold, Shyla.
Right. But they naturally thought my name was, that's how every single person said it was Shayla, no matter where they were from. So it's like, okay, I'll just go with it. I'll just go with it. Yeah.
Hey, Shyla.
Yeah.
Shyla Buff. Let's go.
Right. Yeah. Now I'm a movie star.
Let's do it.
All right. Well, let's talk about, we've got 2 music releases this week. So we've got one from our friends at Pixel Wall, which is another Cardano project. So if you haven't checked them out yet, go to their websites into where you can purchase their NFT projects. But this is the soundtrack that goes with certain collections. So deep dive into them, all of their offerings, all their NFTs, but this is the actual soundtrack that goes with your collection. So I'll play you a little sample of that.
The wall, every layer adds depth. No shortcuts here, no empty noise. Built by the people, built by the choice. Hold it, trade it, feel the weight. Every piece you own helps seal the gate. Pixel by pixel, set by set.
Nice.
A little Beastie Boys vibe.
It did.
I like it.
So to get this song, a 2.5-minute song, there are only 500 units on this. It is $4, or if you have About Stuff Episode 0 or the Gutenberg Bible, it is a 10% discount, so $3.60. Again, go check out their entire project about how things get kicked back and bought and burned. There's a very clear roadmap on how they are doing their entire project. So thank you to Pixel Wall for their first release with us and for providing the soundtrack of
Yo, Pixel Wall, collaborate on the mixtape, baby. On the Russia's mixtape.
Russia's mixtape.
Let's collabo, son.
There you go. All right. And then our other friends at Song Market Cap, we have Songuero and his release this week. And
a couple of those Plan B back in the day.
Yeah. So Plan B again is the same. Songuero's pricing as usual is $6 and then $5.40 with the discount if you've got Song About Stuff Episode 0 or the Gutenberg Bible. So make sure you grab your discounts for that. There are only 500 singles of Plan B. Again, Plan B came from a love song for our romantic artists, now becoming a special limited NFT. So yeah, everybody go check out his new song.
Hey Sheila, tell us about your experience with Plan B. Sorry.
Only with Tony. Yeah.
I feel like you could offer a more personal intro to this
to the song title.
the song
We got some love from Song, so here we go again. More than 21,000 songs sold. Well done, guys. And Alex always giving us the to the moon. So yeah, everybody. So Song Market Cap. So Songuero's song has their normal minting time, which is 3 p.m. Central Time, which is 5 p.m. UTC. So they are some friends over in Europe, so they do a little bit of a different minting time for their whole community, but everything else will go live at 6 a.m. So Tony's book and Pixel Wall will go live at 6 a.m. Chicago, Dallas time. So everybody check it out.
In Europe, right? This isn't the US.
It's
across not just a couple of states. It's 50 states all across all of Europe. You can do it.
Yeah. Everyone grab it. All right. Yeah. Just go. It's only $6.
Okay.
All right. We are at 5:01. So we are at our time. Thank you so much to Tony. Now we got to do like a husband and wife duo here. We got to have you guys on the podcast and do like a dual release one week. And you can compete.
She won't appear. She won't do anything public with me.
Dang
She's afraid of getting canceled. Gina. Poor Songuero. Poor guy wrote his heart out. And I see Plan B. I'm like, let me do the promo.
Plan B means something totally different in America than it does in Croatia.
I think it means something the same in America.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No.
As it does in Europe.
Oh, maybe.
Oh,
I think this song.
Are we talking about two different things?
Nope. I think
Okay.
his song is that he was Plan B for his love interest. And you and I are thinking pharmaceutically.
Yes, we're thinking 3 a.m. Just received a rock your world phone call. You're calling your friends from undergrad. One guy who was in pharmacy, and then he says, "This is FDA approved." And then you're like, "I thought you told me it's," and then he's like, "No, it's FDA friendly." As in, I have a friend in the FDA who used it once. And so
I don't think that's what their song was. I don't think that's
I don't think so.
Yeah.
No.
They're going from pure love interest, and he wasn't choice A, I think is what it is. So
God, I mean,
they need you to write the email recap is what that is for Songuera's love interest.
What would be Plan A?
I think
in the pharmaceutical world.
Oh, in the pharmaceutical world, I don't know.
Like, why would it be Plan B? Like,
it is weird. It is weird that they named it that. I don't know.
Right? Like, what happened to A? Like, ooh, $500.
That didn't get approved, maybe, and so they're like,
you say $500 for the medical procedure. I'm a student. I don't have that kind of money. That's Plan A. Huh? $6.99 over the counter. Plan B.
Plan B. This is gonna be huge. You never know where our podcast is going to go.
You're not going to let me on.
Are we talking about books?
No. You're not going to let me back on here again. I'm sorry. Go read the rushes.
Go read the rushes. We'll get Heirs of Empire up here soon. And Gina's still got stuff for sale too. So check it. Just search Azzi on the site and go buy both. But thank you, Tony, for being on. I don't know why I made us.
What would Plan C be?
That's nobody wants that. Plan C sounds dicey.
Yeah, okay. All right.
There we go. Plan A is a collab with you. There we go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Vamos. All right, let's do it. Get on the mixtape. All right, cool.
Thank you guys. Look for your newsletters right at 6 a.m. too, just to follow those quick links. And we will see you next week.
Oh, Sheila, you're not aging. What is happening? Benjamin buttoning on us.
That's how we end this podcast.